Good morning, students. In this class, we are going to discuss about the second step of protein synthesis, that is translation. Okay, let us see translation. Translation. This is the second step of protein synthesis. The complete process of protein synthesis, it takes place inside the prokaryotic cell inside the cytoplasm of the cell, whereas in eukaryotes, the transcription occurs in the nucleus and the translation takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, so let us see the various steps of translation. So first of all, you have to know what is translation. The process of synthesis of protein. The process of synthesis of protein, or you can say a polypeptide chain, or a polypeptide chain is called as translation. Is called as translation. And during protein synthesis, you know, there are total 20 amino acids participate in the translation. And what is protein? Protein is the polymer of amino acids, or you can say it is the polypeptide chain. And in the protein, the various amino acids are joined by a bond known as peptide bond. Okay. So protein is the polymer of amino acids, and in the protein, the various amino acids joined by a bond known as peptide bond. So let us see. So the process of protein synthesis completed into following 5 steps. Okay. So before the steps, you have to know the requirements of protein translation. Okay. So let us see requirements of translation. Requirements of translation. Translation. So what things are required for translation? First of all, you have to know. The first one, it requires mRNA. Okay, that is synthesized in the first step of protein synthesis, that is transcription. mRNA required, and 2 subunits of ribosomes. 2 subunits of ribosomes. 2 subunits of ribosome, and you know in prokaryotes, these 2 subunits represented by 50s subunit, that is larger subunit. 50s subunit and the 30s subunit. Okay, that means the first thing required mRNA molecule. Second one, the 2 subunits of ribosome, that is 50s and 30s. 50s is the larger subunit of ribosome in prokaryotes, and 30s is the smaller subunit of ribosome. Next, it requires the 20 amino acids. The 20 amino acids that acts as the raw material for synthesis of protein. These amino acids held together by the peptide bond, and it form a chain that is known as polypeptide chain, or you can say protein. It also requires some enzymes, and the most important enzymes are, the first one, amino acyl tRNA synthetase. Amino acyl tRNA synthetase. And one more enzyme requires, that is peptide transferase. Peptide transferase. Amino acyl tRNA synthetase and peptide transferase. These 2 are the most important enzymes that required during translation process. And next one, it requires the, you can say, 20 amino acids, enzymes, and it also requires the various tRNA molecules according to the sequence of codons. According to the sequence of codons. Okay, these are the basic things required for translation. So once again, translation required an mRNA molecule. It requires 2 subunits of ribosome. In your syllabus, translation in prokaryotes, and you know, ribosome in case of prokaryote it is 70S type, and 70S consists of 2 subunits, the 50S and 30S. 50S also known as the larger subunit of ribosome, and 30S is also known as the smaller subunit of ribosome. It also requires 20 amino acids. You know, there are total 20 amino acids participating in translation in case of both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. There are total 300 amino acids occurs in the nature, but only 20 participate in translation process. Okay. Next, it requires the 2 most important enzymes, that is amino acid tRNA synthetase and peptide transferase. Then it requires the various tRNA molecules according to the sequence of codons. So these are the basic things required for the protein synthesis, or you can say the second step, that is translation. Let us see the various steps of translation. Translation in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes completed into 5 steps. Okay, so in your syllabus, translation in prokaryotes, in NCERT book, you have to read translation in prokaryotes. Okay, let us see translation in prokaryotes. Translation in prokaryotes, like you can say bacteria. Example is, you can see bacteria. In case of prokaryotes, or you can say eukaryotes, the complete translation completed into following 5 steps. The first step is known as activation of amino acids. Activation of amino acids. Amino acids. Second step is known as transfer of activated amino acid. Activated amino acid to tRNA. It is also known as initiated tRNA because this is the first tRNA that starts the process of translation. Also known as initiated tRNA. You can say initiated tRNA because it starts the process of translation. Initiated tRNA. Okay. And step third is initiation of translation. Initiation of translation. Step 4 is elongation of translation. Elongation of translation. Step 5, and it is the last one, is that is known as termination of translation. Termination of translation. So these steps are very common and most important things, that before start the translation you have to know these steps. So the complete process of translation takes place in the following 5 steps. The step 1 is known as the activation of amino acids. Second one, transfer of activated amino acid to tRNA. And the first tRNA that will come during translation known as initiator tRNA. Third one is initiation of translation. Fourth one, elongation of translation. And the last one is termination of translation. Now let us see the various steps one by one. The first one is the activation of amino acids. Activation of amino acids. In the cell, the various, you can say that 20 amino acids are present in the inactivated form. Okay, and these amino acids activated by an enzyme known as amino acid tRNA synthetase in presence of ATP. This enzyme also requires ATP molecule for the activation of amino acid. So let us see the step 1, activation of amino acids. So in this step, the amino acid molecule combined with the ATP molecule. ATP you can say like this. You know adenosine triphosphate. So adenosine triphosphate, how many phosphate is there? 3 phosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. Or you can say like this, amino acid plus ATP first. Amino acid plus ATP, adenosine triphosphate. In presence of enzyme, the enzyme name is amino acid tRNA synthetase. Amino acid tRNA synthetase. Okay, amino acid tRNA synthetase. Amino acid tRNA synthetase. Amino acid tRNA synthetase. It gives rise the amino acid AMP complex. The first complex is known as the amino acid AMP complex. Amino acid AMP enzyme complex. Amino acid AMP enzyme complex, and plus releases 2-phosphate, that is pyrophosphate. Also releases 2-phosphate molecules. So let us see amino acid. Suppose that this is the spherical one, is the amino acid. This is the amino acid. This amino is combined with the ATP. ATP, suppose that this is the ATP. How many phosphates are there? There are 3 phosphates. So these 3 phosphates like this: 1 phosphate, 2 phosphate, and 3 phosphate. Okay, and enzyme is E. Suppose that enzyme is related by E, that is letter capital E, like this. This is the enzyme. That is enzyme name is amino acid tRNA synthetase. After the reaction, there is release of 2 phosphates. Okay, and this whole component, this 2 phosphate release, remaining will combine and give rise to complex known as amino acid AMP complex. So this A will combine with the amino acid, and only 1 phosphate, that is known as AMP. When only 1 phosphate joined with the adenine, is known as adenosine monophosphate. Okay, that is AMP. And enzyme also gets associated. This is the step 1. Then the complex name is amino acid AMP complex, and there is release of 2 phosphates in the form of pyrophosphate. These 2 phosphates released from the ATP. What happened? This compound, this complex name is amino acid tRNA complex. Amino acid tRNA complex. Sorry, amino acid AMP complex. Amino acid AMP complex. This is the step 1 of the translation. So what happened in the step 1? In this step, the inactive amino acid that is present in the cell, the inactive amino acid combined with the ATP in presence of enzyme amino acid DNA synthetase, it forms a compound complex known as amino acid AMP complex, amino acid AMP enzyme complex, and these 2 phosphates. Okay, now so this is the amino acid again. This amino acid is the inactive form. This amino acid combined with the ATP. This is the ATP molecule, adenosine triphosphate. That is ATP molecule. There are 3 phosphate and 1 adenine, that is adenosine triphosphate. This ATP molecule combined with the enzyme and amino acid, there is formation of complex, and these are 2 phosphates. This is known as pyrophosphate. This is the step 1. Now in the step 2, let us see the step 2. In this step, the complex amino acid AMP complex combined with the initiator tRNA. That initiator tRNA always carries the first amino acid, that is methionine. Because you know on the mRNA, the first codon is AUG, and in the genetic code dictionary, AUG always codes methionine. So the first amino acid that will come, that is the methionine. So step 2, transfer of activated amino acid to tRNA. That is step 2, transfer of activated amino acid to tRNA. And the first amino acid always is the methionine to tRNA. Okay, transfer of activated amino acid to tRNA. So let us see what happens in this case. This complex combined with the tRNA. Okay, you know the structure of tRNA already. So in the step 2, say you will write the amino acid tRNA complex, amino acid AMP complex, and combine with the tRNA. In the step 2, so first you will write the in the word form. So in this case, amino acid AMP enzyme complex, okay, combined with the tRNA. You know that the structure of tRNA, that is in the lower leaf model. It is like this. Okay, this tRNA. Okay, this is the 5 prime end, and this is the 3 prime end. Okay, add the 3 prime end, this amino acid transfer. Okay, and the remaining part released out. And this is the initiator tRNA, also known as tRNA-I, also known as tRNA-I. I stands for initiator. Okay, so and a formation of amino acid tRNA complex, because AMP released and enzyme also released. Formation of amino acid tRNA-I, that is initiator RNA complex, and plus what release, plus AMP release, and plus enzyme also release. See this step. Okay, so again we will make the amino acid AMP complex. So this is the amino acid. Then AMP, that is A. How many phosphate? 1. That is in the previous step. This is the amino acid. The first is the methionine, always methionine. Okay, and this is the enzyme. This is the part of step 1, amino acid AMP enzyme complex. This whole complex combined with the tRNA. This step also known as charging of tRNA, because tRNA becomes charged by transfer of amino acid. Okay, this is the tRNA. So this enzyme, in the second step, the enzyme transferred to the 3 prime end of the tRNA from the complex. Okay, and there is this hydroxyl group and the carboxyl group of amino acid combined, and bond is ester bond is formed. This is 3 prime end, and the complete process. Okay, this amino acid transferred from the complex, the remaining part released. So this structure is formed after the transfer of amino acid on the tRNA. Okay, this structure is formed after the transfer of amino acid on the tRNA. So amino acid transferred from the complex to the 3 prime end of the tRNA. And this is the 5 prime. This is the which prime? This is the 5 prime. Okay, this is the 5 prime, and the remaining it will release the AMP, that is adenosine monophosphate. AMP that is adenosine monophosphate. It also release the enzyme that is amino acid DNA synthetase. So this is the step 2. Okay. So in this class we have discussed about the various steps of translation, and out of 5 steps we have discussed about step 1 and step 2. In the next class we will discuss about the remaining steps of translation, and especially in case of prokaryotes we are you can say discussing of translation. Thank you.